So when it comes to testing this system, what I like to do is I'll always start off by looking at wire diagrams. Anytime I do electrical, just kind of makes the job a little faster. You know what to test. Some people just go for the fuses. I do that too as well if I'm being rushed on time. But first things first, I always look at wire diagrams. So right here, I see it has a 60 amp fuse. I don't know if you guys can see that right there. 60 amp fuse says. And it's a red and yellow wire that goes to a cooling fan module. So there's two systems. If it has engine cooling, oil cooling, or without. I guess no. Without engine oil cooler. Yeah, with engine oil cooler. It says right up there with engine oil cooler and without. This one is without. So if you have one without, it's going to have a cooling fan module. So it has a main fuse power going right here, red and yellow, and then it has a black wire right here, which is gonna be the ground. Then it has green and black and white and blue, which is power and ground. The green and black is gonna be ground, as you can see right here. That's a ground symbol, and then right here is the switch when it turns on. It also has an engine control module, which grounds out this wire. I guess this is what tells them. The engine control module tells the cooling fan module when to turn on. So what I'm going to do first is probably just probe it right here and see if I got power, and then check the ground, and then I might just do the quick thing and jump the fan motor, see if the fan motor goes out. If it turns on, and if it shorts out or whatever, you know, we'll be able to find out and determine this diagnosis pretty quick. So, all right, so here I am, back at the fan module. It's located right here in the front. I already have my wire piercing wire to the engine control module command wire, which is right down here. Let's see if we can get it. Of course. So right here, I got it, you know, pierced right there. Because, you know, it could be the engine control module. I highly doubt it. But to get to those wires, it looks a little tight to get to. So here I got my Maestro right here. So right here we have a black wire, and that's supposed to be the ground. So we're going to test it. Right here, it's telling me it has ground. That's a good sign. And I might have to put a wire piercer. Just give me a second. Let me see if I can get good connection. Hold on. So on the blue wire as well, that's the power side. Basically the module is going to turn on the fan. Right there we have a ground, so what that tells me right there is we have continuity there going on. So let's take a look. I'm going to do a quick test and just apply power to this blue wire and see if the fan turns on. Let me set this on mute. It has a button here, we can mute the Maestro. So right now I got ground, I'm reading it, I'm about to apply power. Fan turns on, but it sounds like crap. And I'm gonna do it one more time, and I'm gonna show you what the Maestro will tell you. It says circuit breaker tripped. Circuit breaker trip, please wait. Boom, it comes right back. So what it's telling me is the fan is shorting it out. is shorting out. So right there, I already know the fan is bad. So we're gonna start with that. I'll be right back. All right, guys, so here I am inside the car. I got the scan tool plugged in. I'm just kind of showing you guys what other things I look at too. You know, if the fan was working, this is what I would look at too. Is the engine coolant temp sensor. It seems to be working, you know. When I had it running earlier and it got up to 210, 200 something degrees, a little over 200. Fans weren't kicking in or anything. I don't know what the spec is on this, but you know, coolant temp sensor is working. So I got the car running. All right, so I have it connected. Let's look at the signal. Right now I got 2.0 volts I'm reading on the command side. I have the AC on. The fan should be commanded to go on right now. It's not. Let's turn off the AC and we're gonna take a look at it again. So let's go back. Let me turn it off. Every time you turn on the AC, the fan is supposed to go on. So I'm gonna just turn everything off. Whole system's off. Okay, so everything's off. Drop my rag, picked it up. And it seems the thing is going up. 2.6 volts. And so I'm getting a signal from the computer. It tells me it grounds it out. You really don't do much reading on this. You know, you really can't translate what the computer is saying to this module, but what I'm doing here is just making sure there is signal coming here. You know, I do have power and I do have ground, so maybe I'll show you guys that. It's just kind of hard to get to the wires that connect into the module, which is right here. There are no check engine lights. Right now it's grounding out. I think the module right there is telling it to turn on the fan. So this quick little test right here tells me the fan isn't working. It's shorted out. It doesn't sound good when I jump it. And the circuit breaker keeps popping on this Maestro, which is pretty neat. This tool is pretty neat. I do like it. I do prefer my power probe though. It's a little quicker to use. But otherwise, you know, this is just a quick little test. I applied power, you know, I see this thing's grounding out. I see I got a signal. So what I would recommend to the customer right now is to replace the fan and the module itself. Usually when you buy the fan, you get the module free, you know, but you know, I have to talk to the customer next and see what's going on, and maybe I'll make a repair video on this.